Good evening. My name is Eddie Mandry with New York University Africa House. My question is essentially to find out what you think or what comes to mind when you hear the word Snowden or the name Snowden. Are there certain ethical implications in terms of the media houses that are presiding over this steady drip of intelligence information?
That's a great question. First of all, I think Edward Snowden should be Times Man of the Year, Person of the Year. I can't imagine that, for there to have been an individual and to have more ongoing effect of consequence than he. I can't remember when that's taken place. Certainly, and somebody who isn't a political leader. So that's one thing I think is, then there are the questions, and I've thought a lot about this, of Snowden versus Bradley Manning and the different ethical matrices in which they respectively existed and did what they did. I guess the short answer to what I think of Edward Snowden is I'm glad he did it, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't be prosecuted.
So wait, that's interesting. So, do you think what he ought to have done was face the music, basically?
I ought to have done. He's dealing with his life. Who am I to say what he ought to have done? I don't know what he ought to have done. I'm not saying what he should have done. I'm saying that I think the United States government has no choice but to attempt to prosecute him. Do I hope he gets away? Maybe. Do I think he should go to jail for years and years? No. But I think that just because what he's done may be more good than bad in its effects, that doesn't mean okay, fine, you're a hero, we're going to let you go. I think people who even whistleblowers and whatever version of that he is, I think people who do those things need to understand that a price will be paid.
But it is interesting how I think the kind of opinion on him has shifted, that the initial response from the kind of elite class was, this is beyond the pale. And the more he has affected the world we live in, the more stuff that's come out, the more invaluable the revelations now feel like.
Yeah. And again, unlike, say, Bradley Manning, it wasn't this gigantic, indiscriminate dump.
Right. And
he, had the wisdom to choose to deal with, The Guardian as opposed to WikiLeaks, so there are all kinds of different, but my opinion, the opinion I just said has been my opinion for better or worse from the beginning.